Listener, I hear you. I truly do. But remember, you're talking to a guy, and I wrestled all through, actually, they started in grade school because I lived back east. So I wrestled from, the first grade all the way through junior high. Then I moved to California. My high school didn't have wrestling until junior, senior year. Then, of course, I wrestled, won league championship both years. And so I love the sport of wrestling. But wrestling for me does not involve single and double leg takedowns, right? I was a thrower. So what I would do is, I would bend over at the waist, tie up, right? And I'd go for a head throw. And if not a head throw, maybe a Jap Wizard. And if those didn't work, I would let you go for my legs and try to get a front headlock, right? And that was my style of wrestling. So when MMA came around and the power double leg was patented by George St. Pierre, I was a little worried. I'm not going to lie to you, because single and double legs just didn't work for my body type. It felt like a lot of work for very little return, right? And if you fail, you're underneath the guy, right? Which in wrestling is bad. It's bad in MMA too, right? Let's be honest. But people took St. Pierre's power double, and that stance he used, where he would bend over his front knee, where he would leave himself very vulnerable to leg checks. I think, fortunately for St. Pierre, the leg kick monsters of the UFC came later. But people dovetailed off that. Gilbert Melendez would do his double until he'd crash into the cage, right? So a guy might be able to sprawl or fight him off until he hits the cage. Then he would scoot the guy up and lock his hands. And once you lock your hands against the cage with the double, you can pull him out. And I'll never forget, the next phase of MMA for me was with Jason Lambert in San Diego. Now, obviously, Jason didn't think a whole lot of me, but then again, Jason never sparred me stand-up, right? We always fought in his world, and in his world, he showed me a lot. His world is the cage, right? His world is grappling. His world is jiu-jitsu, especially cage fighting for MMA. And what he would say to me about that, because I complained, I go, I'm not good at doubles. He'd go, Derek, against the cage, it's not a double leg. Against the cage, it's a different technique, effectively. You're bouncing them off that cage while you have locked hands, and it's real easy to put them on their butt. And he also showed me the body lock, which is unique to Greco. Now, I was a thrower, obviously, Jap Wizard head throw in wrestling, but I love folk style because I could set that up because people were going for my legs. In Greco-Roman, there's no such thing. So there's a lot of body locks and other things that I never really like and I didn't really learn. But that body lock to the knee tip works really well for MMA, and it seems like the world was going that way. So, when you say he's got to shoot single or double, I feel you, but at the same time, for me, so someone like with my style, that just doesn't work. For other people, it certainly does. That's why you got to learn it all and see what fits into your game. And read my book, Warrior of the Light.